Happy Friday, everybody. Um, we got a lot to talk about because there's a lot of stuff going down on the TL, Twitter, and Kick and Twitch, and there's just a lot of things that needs to get said because man, oh man, I'm watching some of my close friends just get railed for their opinions, like Majin who is literally getting like flamed for actually speaking his mind. He is a phase one partner getting flamed for speaking. I have no idea why the hell people are like differently reading into this. It's really bad. It is really bad. And like I'm gonna pop some of his tweets up right here because he makes a lot of sense. The front page is where you're gonna grow. It's it's not. The front page is going to help. It's going to bring in people for that stream that day, maybe a few follows, maybe a couple subs, but it's not going to be the end all be all things. But that's not what Majin was talking about when I was coming to what his opinion was. He's just saying it's a bit frustrating to see all these things going on, and they're posting we're going to focus on the smaller creators. We've changed the way our recommended system is, but it's the same people every day. It's either one half naked people all over the front page, or two, it's just the phase one, phase two partners. There's no smaller creators. Generally, there's no smaller creators on there. And my basis is smaller creators are under 30 viewers. Just generally speaking, um, not having that big old community, like other people that are having. But yeah, I mean, we're also getting some publicity on Kick because Nick Merckx is signing. We might have a Dr. Disrespect signing today. We have all these bigger creators now coming over because they're seeing the community, and like Kick is a community of streamers. Yes, there's no if and buts about it. There's no actual communities. There's no actual people watching, and trickle down viewership isn't gonna bring in more viewers. They're just gonna want to watch their streamer, and then when they end or raid somebody, they're literally gonna just click and exit out of the program. Like there's gonna be no shareability at all. There might seem like it, but there's no shareability at all. But at the same time, I'm seeing all these things said on the TL, and like this guy Biggie Boss, I don't know who he is, right? But basically what he's saying here in this tweet is I'm finally seeing people with much bigger platforms than me speak out about some issues on Kick. It really hasn't felt like a platform for small streamers in a long time. Instead, it just looks like they're throwing money at rich people to bring them over. I'll say it again, trickle down viewership doesn't work. And he is right about the trickle down viewership. It doesn't work. The bringing the big streamers in doesn't work. Look at, you know, Xbox's try at the streaming platform, all these other streaming platforms that aren't Twitch. And I mean, it's gonna take years. It's gonna take years to bring that viewership over, regardless of any statement, of anything, of anybody like actually thinking about this. Also in the comment section, he goes, yeah, that makes sense. Most people have their set of streamers they like to watch. That's why Kick itself needs a discoverability integrated into the platform. Right now, everything screams favoritism and big streamers. So that's where I differ in my opinion. Twitch doesn't have discoverability. YouTube has somewhat discoverability, but even then, it's the same thing. If you're not bringing in viewership, you're not going to grow. And that's why, like Biggie says, don't put all your eggs in one basket. Do different platforms. Like, do other things, especially short form, long form. I mean, I'm a video editor. I know, it's hard. It's hard to bring in actual viewership to your streams because, I mean, I only stream to maybe 3 people, 3 to 10 10 at best sometimes, and that's like far in between. Like my metrics are super low, and I might not be an interesting streamer or person or whatever, but for fuck's sakes, I don't think Kick screams favoritism. I think their algorithm that they're using screams the favoritism, because you've seen Eddie go throughout a bunch of different streamers' things, donate, do subs, and actually like promote, some virtue that he does have. You can't really think about discoverability, right? Now, do I think Kick should use discoverability things? Yes, of course I do. Every small streamer, every streamer thinks that, right? But creating that API, creating that algorithm is super hard. It's not an easy feat, guys. It really is not. Um and just seeing on this TL, I just wanted to bring it up because it is just ridiculous, right? Um we got Brian Botch TV. It seems like they're going directly against what Kick was for in the first place. You have CCV requirements for special programs, all while people are botting themselves there, and the favoritism shown to the top 1% of the creators. It really no better than Twitch, to be honest, which is something Kick wanted to avoid, but sadly they're becoming a lot like it in its ways. So wrong there. They see people who are botting and they are actually denying them. Now that's the funny thing is like, oh well, they're botting and they're getting into these programs. They're not. They're not getting into the programs whatsoever. I'm gonna tell you right now, they can literally look at all the stats of your stream. They can see people talking. They can see who is a bot and who is not a bot. It is actually pretty easy on their side of things, and they've been very, very transparent with the botting streamers and stuff like that. So it's not like they're just pushing the top 1%. They're not. But it is a business at the end of the day, and if they're not going to push their top 1% to people, well, they're going to have a flawed business statement to begin with anyways. People have grinded their ass off for phase 1 and phase 2, and now grinding their ass off for phase 3. Now I get that people want to be shown on that front page, but at the same time, the people that have already grinded should be staying where they're at, and that should give you a swift kick in the ass to grind harder. I like when I go and because I pop into people's streams all the time, learn what other people are doing to try to make myself better, or just trying to find more streamer friendly friends, or even just vibing out when I'm either editing or just kind of sitting at my computer. I think a lot of people are looking at this wrongly and are just like, gimme, gimme, gimme. I don't want to do the work. And Biggie literally says this a lot, a lot. And honestly, I say it too. I'm just seeing a lot of people complain because they're not being shown, or they're not being brought up, or it's a me thing. And honestly, it sucks to see. And I'm not ripping anybody that made these comments. I'm just generally stating my opinion, so don't take it the wrong way. I get enough hate as it is saying I suck at video games. I don't really care. I just want to kind of give my proposition and my thinking, because I see it. I see it a lot on the TL. It's like, it's a me thing. Oh, what was me? But when you go, especially like, because normally when I check out a streamer, right, I'm checking out their socials as well. Yeah, I'm in the stream, but I also want to see you outside of stream and what you're doing, aka YouTube, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, for fuck's sake, sometimes. Um, But if you're not doing anything, that's the number one reason why you're not getting viewership in your streams. Like, you gotta be posting on TikTok, you gotta be posting on YouTube, you gotta spread out your content, or it's just gonna stay on the platform where there is no discoverability. It's all about your work ethic and what you need to do to get better and get seen, rather than, oh, well, the top 1% is only getting shown on the front page. You should not be putting all your eggs in the basket and thinking that, the front page is going to bring people in. The front page is literally going to be like, oh, click. Well, this is boring and no one's going to show up. Come on. Like, you really got to think about it in a way of, okay, why am I not being shown on the front page? Not, oh, well, it's only phase 1, phase 2. Doesn't work that way. Same way with Twitch. It's Kick is a baby company still. It's only in its like year and a half like age. There's gonna be hiccups. There's gonna be things. You just gotta give it some time, some patience. Join the discussion. Don't just sit there and, oh, well, yeah. No, join the discussion. Eddie does streams all the time, answering questions. Big E does streams with them, answering questions, and he's not even part of Kick's staff, but he's answering questions. Like, you guys need to figure out what you guys are doing before you figure out what other people are doing. And I'm just pissed off because people are jumping down Majin's throat for speaking out as a phase 1 creator and seeing something that's wrong in his eyes, and people are literally berating the hell out of him, and that should not be a thing. Like, he's asking a question. Maybe you should comment and ask a question with it, and maybe it'll get seen by Eddie, and maybe we'll have some clarification. It's just that simple. Ran over. Later. Bye.